Meet David Loy, front-of-house engineer for Kane Brown. With nearly a decade on the road, David takes us inside the high road tour. His approach is as thoughtful as it is technical. In this conversation, he opens up about his workflow, his gear, and the philosophy that drives his mixes night after night.
My name is David Loy. I'm a front-of-house engineer for Kane Brown, and this is our behind-the-scenes look of our control package on the high road tour.
David's journey with Yamaha's Ravage PM3 began not out of necessity, but out of a desire to grow.
I wanted to be challenged. I wanted to try a different work in my brain, try to just nuke it all and try something completely different. I reached out to Yamaha, like, hey, can I come by? Can I program? Can I learn what this software is like, what the programming is like, what the onboard DSP is like?
With time off in early 2023, he dove in head first, testing, programming, and pushing the console to its limits. For David, the PM3 wasn't just a console. It was the philosophy of minimalism and control.
I went with the PM3 specifically because I love a small footprint. I like being central. I like to stand in one place. I have everything I need within arm's distance. Front of house for this tour is PM3 as front end. I built the show file. I built it in the box to start. I was really impressed with the way that it sounded.
David's setup is a hybrid of digital precision and analog warmth.
We're using obviously the PM3. I'm doing groups on the PM3 and processing here. And then when it leaves the PM3, it goes through a 5059. 5059 has a bunch of inserts on it. There's like drum comps, there's band guitar comps, there's a master chain between the Bettermaker, the SSL, and the limiter, the Bettermaker limiter. The Shelford is Kane's vocal. This Alicia envelope is my kick and snare. That also goes to these DBX 560s. And then in the engine, I then route it to my Lake. And then, so that's this tablet here. The tablet is PA control. So I'll do, Lake, EQ, and time alignment.
This year's stage design included a horseshoe thrust, an acoustic challenge David tackled with precision.
This year, Creative wanted to do a horseshoe thrust, which for me is more challenging because he's on axis and then he's off axis and he's on axis and then he's dead middle and then he's now coming back and he's facing the PA, right? We push the PA down stage, I want to say 12 feet. It's arced out about 10 degrees. The hottest spots on the thrust right now are the sides, but once he gets in the middle, it's pretty clean. We have a center hang of Coat 8s aimed right at the pit. That has been one of my most enjoyable spots of this tour because you done your math, right? It's really a fun spot.
Kane Brown's vocal clarity is no accident. It's the result of meticulous design.
It starts with a Shure Axient transmit, and then we're using a DPA 4018 VL. So we're using that capsule. It comes into an RPIO, and then I'm using Blue Silk on the front end, and then Red Silk on the Shelford as well. After the Shelford doesn't have a ton, just an aggressive EQ around 2K, just to try to get some of that, nasaliness out. And then I do kind of my own PSE. So basically it's a dynamic EQ, but in reverse. So you're cutting all bands at wide Qs so that they expand and open up when that threshold's met. A final limiting comp for when he yells in the mic, that's set to a 7-to-1 and just, crushes it kind of a thing.
David's mix is shaped by a blend of Yamaha's onboard tools and premium plugins.
I've really tried to dive into the Silk aspect. I can usually solve that before I go to EQ or compression. I'm a big fan of the Bricasti verbs. I love using the Bricasti on my acoustic instruments, on my vocals. On my short drum verb, I'm using an Eventide. I'm using a lot of the Rupert EQ, the 773 specifically. I'm a big fan of the low band and the high band on this, and the drive. Another one that I'm enjoying is definitely the MVP. That was the first outboard piece that I ever bought. The stereo width on it, the Silk emulation on it, it's the SFE, all of that stuff are really, really good.
Every show is captured in full detail, ready for broadcast, social media, or archival.
And so we're recording 110-ish channels and it's straight into Logic. And I take it home and archive it and keep it for, whatever we need it for. So another reason I went with the Ravage platform is how easy their MADI cards are. I don't have to worry about my record rigs failing. I haven't had a single MADI issue. 3 clock domains, all talking over MADI. Not a single problem for the whole week.
David's programming chops shine through Genius Lab and GPIO foot switches.
All of my scenes, all of my event list is time-coded. Each snapshot fires MIDI over to Logic, and Logic will then place a marker with the custom name of the song. I've even set up like some transport functions in Logic so that when I'm in record, I can actually hit record from the desk, fast forward a couple bars, rewind a couple bars, record. I can even delete a last take. When he's on the end of the thrust, it automatically loads his BEQ to kind of notch out some of that low end. I love being able to have different ways of firing different commands throughout the night.
For those looking to follow in his footsteps, David offers timeless wisdom.
Always remain a listener and a student. Listen to the source, listen to the people above you, listen to what's going on in the room, listen to the band. Do your homework. Sit down with the band and say, hey, what are you using on this song? What are you using on this song? How do you play drums? What do you like it to sound like? What's your favorite records to listen to? Look at who's the MD, who's the band members, who's the management, what other artists does management work with? When people come up to you and they're like, hey, can we do this? You're a yes man and not a conversationalist.
For David, Yamaha's philosophy isn't just a slogan, it's a lived experience.
I think Yamaha is holding true to their philosophy of making waves. Mixing on this desk is fun. It's really, really enjoyable, and it's really inspiring for me.